Hi everyone, today I am here to talk to you about some study tips for school. It could be any kind of school, it could be middle school, high school, undergrad, graduate, doctoral. Just a little bit about myself. I have my bachelor's degree in biological sciences. Now I am currently going to the University of Texas at El Paso School of Pharmacy. I am a P1 going into my second semester. And I really just wanted to come here today to talk to you guys because school is very, very important. If you want to elevate your life in any kind of way, outside of being an entrepreneur, you are going to need school. Seeing that I've been in school all these years, I do feel as though I am a type of expert of school. And no, I do not get 4.0, but throughout my whole undergrad year, I did maintain a 3.4 to a 3.6, 3.8. And then my first semester of pharmacy school, I maintained a 3.4. So yeah, I mean, I know these things and I know that they will be able to help you. I did come on here with my white coat today because it makes me feel prestigious. It makes me feel elevated. So I did want to wear this while I talk to you guys about some study tips for school so you can be successful. I hear people say all the time like, oh no, I am not going back to school. I've been out of school for 10 plus years. Like, so get your butt back in school, elevate your life, elevate your kids' life, elevate their kids' life. Let's build this generational wealth. Let's be happy. Let's get this money. I mean, the only way that you are going to be successful in school is to do it, to jump out there, go to school, get it over with, and at the end of it, it'll make you feel so much better. Okay. So I do have 10 tips for you guys, and these tips are my tips that I personally use for myself in regards to going through the semester, taking exams, everything like that. So I do have 10 tips for you guys. So, and I do have my little notebook here because I did take down some notes just to keep me on track so I can get through everything with you guys. I do want to say for my last semester, I did have about 8 or 9 classes just for my first semester of pharmacy school. So I am trying to build a little context for you guys so you guys can know and understand everything that I went through last semester with so many classes. I have 2 kids, I have a household to run, I have a husband, I have YouTube, I have so many different things going on in my life, and it's a lot, you know, it's a lot. So let's get started. I'm going to say tip number 1 is do not wait to the last minute to do anything. So what I mean by this, if your teacher gives you an assignment on Monday, don't wait till Sunday night to start trying to do that assignment. It's not going to work. You're always going to be just barely making it over, just barely getting everything done, and it just doesn't work that way. So in my opinion, what I like to do is I get an assignment on Monday. I'll look over that assignment, put a rough estimate in my head, basically. Okay, so this assignment is not going to be too long. It's probably going to take me an hour to an hour and a half to do my best on it. So I'll put it in my head. Okay, Wednesday night, once the kids are in bed, kitchen is clean, house is clean, everything is calmed down, I'm going to complete this assignment before I go to sleep. That assignment will be completed and submitted Wednesday night. Tip number 2 is time management. And what I mean by time management, it means manage your time. I get 24 hours in a day, you get 24 hours in a day. We need to sleep about 6 to 7 to 8 hours a day. Any person. Please get like 6 hours of sleep a day, please. Don't try to run off 4 hours. Don't try to run off 5 hours. Please okay, I'm saying at least too much. Please get at least 6 hours of sleep every day, period. Okay? So with time management, time management is kind of like one of those things that it takes trial and error to perfect it throughout all these days. I find time in between to manage the things that I need to get done, to do my assignments, to do whatever I need, So let's say, for example, I have a test on Friday and today is Friday. So in 7 days, I have a test. So what I would do is, personally, on that Friday, I will start doing all my assignments up until next Friday. So anything that I have due before I have my test, I will go ahead and get that done. Any assignments, any writing, whatever it takes. I'll get it done probably that Friday night. Probably won't go to bed till 3, 4 in the morning. That Saturday, that Sunday, whatever it takes, that's the very first thing I do before my exam. And then, so that way, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, up until Friday, I have all those days to study. With my first semester of pharmacy school, we had exams, maybe 3 exams a week, 2 quizzes, 10 assignments. We got to go work in a pharmacy. It was just a lot. It was so much. And it was very hard to stay on track of things. But as I said, once I was getting those assignments, I was doing them. Once I finished the exam, it was already on to the next studying for the exam. It's just, you got to do it. You have to do it. The hustle and bustle, you kind of get used to it. And it's kind of like a game. It's kind of like, okay, on to the next one. Let's go. Let's get this done. Oh, okay, done. On to the next one. And then once I looked up, it was 4 months later, and I was done with that semester. So 1 semester down, 7 more to go. It's good with me. Okay, so tip number 3 is do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Don't wait till the last minute to get anything done. Just go ahead and do it. If you already do it, it's one less thing that you have to do. It's done. Moving on. Okay, and tip number 4. If you're struggling with anything, ask for help. Go talk to your teacher. Make them explain it to you over and over again until you understand what they are saying, till you understand the concepts that they're talking about. It's someone to help. If you got to Google someone, it's always someone to help. It's always someone that has done it before you. So ask for help, get the help. Pay for check. I mean, it's $20. What are you really spending $20 a month on anyway? Stop getting all that Starbucks. You don't need those shoes. You don't need the fanciest purses. Spend that $20 a month to ask for help. I have had check throughout my whole college career. And when I need help with the question, I put the question on check and boom, someone's sending me the answer, someone's explaining it to me. It's always someone there to help me. And that is kind of like the more advanced help. I would say your first line person that you should ask for help is the professor. Don't be afraid to raise your hand or raise your hand on virtual, because most of us are not in school right now, and say, I don't understand that. Can you repeat it? Then he'll ask you, did you understand that? No, it's just not clicking. Okay, well, stay behind. I'll see you after class and we'll go over it that way. Also, when I mean ask for help too, I mean, don't just not read anything and want the professor to explain everything. Meet them halfway. Make sure you are trying to understand it. Make sure you are reading the material. Make sure you are doing everything that you can to try to understand this material. And then once you don't understand it, that's when you ask for help. To get that help, just so you don't fall behind, just so you don't struggle so much. Tip number 5 is, it kind of goes with tip number 4. It's create a GroupMe. GroupMe is an app that that basically brings all the students in the class together. For instance, in pharmacy school, all the P1s, we will we are the only class. So it's only one P1 class. We're going to move to P2 together. We're going to move to P3 together. We're going to move to P4 together. And essentially, we are going to graduate together. These are my people, you know. These are the people who I'm going to be helping. Who's going to be helping me? So GroupMe, it gives us a chance to come together, to be able to text as a class as a whole. So we are here to help each other essentially, and it's a beautiful thing. I will leave the link to GroupMe up under, and it can work with any class. It can work with your high school class. It can work with your college class. When I was doing my undergrad, I had 20 different GroupMes. Every single class that I had, we had GroupMe. We were chatting. Any single group I was in, we had GroupMe. It's just the line of communication, so you guys can communicate with the students, because you guys are all on the same level. You all are trying to achieve a common goal. So that's essentially what it is. You guys are all trying to do the same thing. No person is extremely smarter than the other. It's just a level playing field for you guys. So if she understands something that I don't, maybe she can explain it to me on my level, because sometimes the professors do kind of throw things over your head, and they expect you to be at a certain level of understanding and having a certain level of knowledge, and forgetting that you only going to retain 37% of anything that you learn during a semester. So sometimes they do forget that, but it's little pieces that's put together to build a whole picture. Tip number 6 is to learn your study type. For instance, with pharmacy school, it's a lot of things that we need to learn that's basically paper cut learning. So we have to learn all these drugs. We have to learn the mechanism of action. We have to learn the contraindications. We have to learn the dosage forms. We have to learn for every drug, and it's probably like hundreds and hundreds of drugs. So for instance, for the drug types that we learn, I like to learn off of index cards. I put the generic name of the drug and the brand name on one side. On the other side, I put all the information you need to know about the drug. Flip it over, keep flipping it over. This drug is such and such. Okay, such and such is a protein pump inhibitor. Yada, yada, yada. So with that kind of studying, that's my study type. My study type is to make index cards for this kind of learning, because that's the easiest way to learn something. That's what it is. Ain't really no changing it. That's just how it's going to be. That's the drug. That's it. So that's my study type for that particular thing. Now, I don't have a same study type for every single subject and everything that we learn. For instance, physical pharmacy. So physical pharmacy, with this class, the easiest thing for me to do is rewrite the lecture notes. So when we're in class, the teacher goes over the whole lecture. It could be 75 slides. Then after class, I go over that same lecture and chip off pieces that's not really important, because most times our teacher be like, okay, that's not important. Okay, this is very important. Know this. Or sometimes they don't say it at all. So I kind of like try to read through the lines and chip down that 75 slides, because come on now, who's really gonna be able to learn 75 slides? Not I, said December. No one. So I condense it as much as I can, and I just study the slides. Most times on most slides, when you're dealing with chemistry or pharmacy, they have pictures as to how this method works. A lot of times the picture does help me out a lot, so I make sure I have those on my condensed slides. Now, tip number 7 is basically talking through what you're learning. So let's say I have an exam Friday. And it's Monday, all my assignments are done. Now it's time for me to start learning the material for the exam that's Friday. First, I go through all the slides, try to make my own little study guide, because most times now at this level of education, our teachers do not give us any kind of study guide, which is fine. You know, we're more mature with our learning. We are in a Doctoral Pharmacy program, so it is time for us to learn different ways of how to get this information in our head. Like, we're done with the kid play. We're on the adult. We are in the adult program. So I try to make a study guide, and then by Wednesday, I'm talking it through. So this concept is this. Hey, babe, come here. Let me talk to you about this. Tell my husband to come here. Let him sit down. Have him ask me a few questions, if he understand what I'm saying, because I have to keep repeating it over and over again so he can kind of understand what I'm saying. Talk it through, talk it out, talk to your cat, talk to your dog, talk to your fish. I don't care who you talk to. Just talk it out with somebody, okay? Okay. Tip number 8 is space out what you're trying to learn. Do not try to cram. This all goes back to time management. This all goes back to do not procrastinate. This all goes back to most of all the other tips that I already said. Space out what you're learning. Like I said, I start studying for my test on Monday. I at least give myself 5 days to study for an exam. Sometimes shorter, because sometimes we have an exam the next day after you had an exam. For 3 days in a row, you doing exams or a quiz. Figure out that time well before. That's why you have a syllabus at the beginning of your class to kind of guide you as to what you are going to be doing throughout the semester. So you already know what's coming. It's kind of like a bill. You know a bill is coming every month. So you know that these exams and these quizzes is coming. Whether you want them to come or not, they're coming. So space it out. One day is just not enough time to study for an exam. For pharmacy school. Now, it could be pulled off in high school. It could be pulled off in undergrad year. It just really depends at where you at in your education. Whatever level of learning that you are in, it basically is up to you to be the judge of how much time you are going to need to study. So that was tip number 8. Tip number 9 is to create a schedule for yourself. Period. I mean, everyone should have some kind of routine or some kind of regimen that they go through in life. That's just how life is. If your life don't have any kind of routine to it, you living in the street. No, I'm just kidding. But if your life don't have any kind of routine to it, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry that you just living on a go, and get a routine, get a schedule, get a rough estimate as to what you're gonna be doing every day. And I'm not talking about being on vacation and doing. I'm talking about life every single day, Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, don't have a schedule, fine. But especially if you have kids and you don't have some kind of schedule for your life, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Get a damn schedule for your life. Get a routine for your kids, girl or boy. But sorry. Create a schedule with school. So at the beginning of any class, wherever you're at in your school education, they are going to give you some kind of syllabus. They are going to give you some kind of breakdown as to what you are going to be learning. So how I like to build my schedule or my routine is I have a planner. I don't know if you can see that. It still might be too bright, but this is my planner. And in my planner, so for instance, we started school. They have all the months here. We started school in August. dates. During this time, this is what I'm going to be doing. Once school started at the end of August, every single day, every single appointment, everything I was doing was planned out. It's just my schedule. It's what I got to do, my free days, my where I'm going to have my self-care days, when I'm going to have time to do my hair, because that's a whole day in itself. Just have a little bit of everything. Meetings, my husband appointments, my appointments, what my kids got to do, because they have projects. He's only in first grade and his teacher give him a project every week, child. His projects, just everything. Our family movie nights, everything is here. This is my lifeline. This is my schedule. If I didn't have this, my hair will be twisted somewhere out on the electrical line, because it'll be crazy. It'll be spinning. I'll just be lost and not knowing what I have to do. I am a huge planner. I plan for everything. I think I grew this way. I guess I grew into being this way because everything works so much better, and most times, sometimes it don't work out as planned, and I do understand that, because that's a little thing called life. And I roll with those punches and roll with those blows as they come. And I get through it. I get through it, but without a schedule, without a plan, you will be lost. And I'm really sorry to say that, but it's 1,000. It's the truth. Get you a schedule. I think life works so much better that way when it's planned out. And sometimes it don't. Some people just roll with the punches. They're the go with the flow kind of people. But in pharmacy school, there's no way you can be I'll go with the flow kind of person, because you got like 10 classes. So you're going to need a schedule, or your head going to be on a swivel, period. Okay, so tip number 10 is my ultimate favorite. Is believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it, because you can. You can do it. Trust me. I'm this little old black girl from East Cleveland, Ohio, and look at me. Here I am in El Paso, Texas, in a Doctoral Pharmacy program. I'm here, and I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to continue elevating, continue climbing, and continue doing the best that I can do, because I do have 2 kids, and I do have a husband that's rooting for me. That is my support system. But trust in yourself. Give yourself those compliments. Know that you can, because you can. Do it. You can do it. I can do it. He can do it. She can do it. We can do it together. All of us, honestly. Yes, you can do it. And believe in yourself. I know people like, child, I ain't been to school in 10, 15 years. So I have 50-year-olds in my pharmacy program. They done lived their life, they done raised their kids, and he ain't been in school in 30, 40 years, but here they are going into the Doctoral Pharmacy program and creating another career for themselves, because they want better out of life. And I can always respect that, and I can always understand that. And it's going to be a fight. So you can either start now or wait until you 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 to try to go back to school and try to do something for your life. Like you can do it. You can do it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, because I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not striving to be a 4.0er, and I commend people that do it, but me in my life, raising my 2 kids, being a wife, being a homemaker, having a YouTube channel, doing all these different things, self-care, natural hair, it gets hard, and it's a lot to also be a doctoral pharmacy student in this prestigious program, and being the only black girl and dealing with that. And so I roll with the punches. Let's go. I'm from EC. What can be worse? What can be worse than just doing it? You already in a worse situation. the only thing that school is going to do is increase your situation. At this time, I am want to say thank you so much for watching this video. It's more of like a rant because I'm very, very passionate about education and in school. I love school. I tell my husband all the time that I'm going to be in school for the rest of my life just because that's my career. That's what I do. When people say, what are you good at? School. I have mastered the plan of how to learn the material, how to get the material in my brain, and how to succeed through it. So, you know, I love it, and I'm here to help you guys in any kind of way because it's very intimidating. It's very, very, very scary. I know I'm smart, and each semester that I go into, it makes me anxious. I have attitudes walking around here. You can ask my husband, he'd be like, this girl, her attitude. Yeah, it's just trying to get myself in a mind frame of getting back to it because the semester is about to start January 20th? Tuesday, January 19th, January 20th. So I did feel like it was important to bring this video to you guys because the semester is about to start for everyone right after Martin Luther King Day. And it's very important for you guys to know these tips, and these tips really can help you. Even if you take 2 tips out of the 10, just use it to benefit yourself, use it to elevate yourself. And I know I say elevate a lot because in 2021 it's the year of elevation. It's the year of completing these goals. It's the year of doing something different. It's the year of moving up in your life. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you do like this content, and click the little subscribe button and the bell notification so you could be notified every single time I post a video. Thanks for watching. Bye.